All right, shalom, and welcome to another Bible study that Yahweh has enjoined unto us here in this body of Yahshua. My name is Esaac ben Israel, and I'm the elder priest of the United Congregation of Israel. And I'm joined here by one of my fellow priests, Priest Mishael. Shalom, my brother.
Shalom, elder.
All right, so if you guys don't know, we are getting close to the seventh month, which means that we have several holy days that are coming up. So it's important that we go through some of those things and what they mean before we get to them. And a lot of times you'll see you'll get busy with a lot of other things. A lot of other distractions will come, and then you'll see that these things must be important unto Yahweh, because the adversary definitely tries to distract you the closer you get to some of these holy days. And when we deal with this seventh month, we have several things that are going to be going on. But what we have to do is prepare to be called. There's one thing about understanding what the trumpet does, what the trumpet is used for. The trumpet is a mimicking of the voice of Yahweh. When we talk about what they heard at that mount, it was very scary. In fact, people ask, look, you go and talk to Yahweh for us, that we be not consumed. They didn't want to be that close to the power of Yahweh when he spoke, which is interesting, because in the day's time, everybody says that they talked to God. Everybody says that the Lord spoke to them. When you deal with this point of our people actually being close to, the Spirit and being able to deal with things face to face with Yahweh, they did not want any day of it. They wanted a representative, and let that representative go to Yahweh. Now, in times past, now we're at the point where everybody believes that they don't need any representative to deal with Yahweh. It's really funny when you look at how far we've come. The people who saw the power of Yahweh said, no, we need a representative. What they understood is, we are not conducting ourselves correctly. And if we go near that, we're going to be consumed. They understood that. But one of the reasons they understood it, because they were close enough to the power. What happens is, when we are disconnected from a power, we don't know how powerful it is. So everybody says certain things until they get close enough to the power and they realize, you know what, I don't want to day of this. So you have all of these people saying that they talk to God and that they want to be led by the Spirit. It's because they haven't gotten close to his power. Because when you get close to some power like that, you're going to realize, no, I need everything in me together before that comes near me. And that's what's not happening. And because of all of the things that we are hearing, it just becomes just a thing to be called by the Most High. But we have to get ready and prepare ourselves for this being called, because it is not as simple as it is all laid out to be in these days and times. One of the other points that you have to think about, one of the most frightening jobs during the times of the prophets was being a prophet. It was dangerous to be a prophet. Nobody was signing up for this job. Nowadays, everybody has a prophecy. Everybody has a vision. Being a prophet was one of the most dangerous jobs ever. First of all, you're speaking something that cannot be proven. You're saying something oftentimes for the first time. It's the first time that they've heard it, and it's not written anywhere. Maybe they heard another prophet say it, but it hadn't gotten to the point, because a lot of times these people are going back to back and they are verifying one another. but it still takes some time for that to happen. So as they're bringing forth these prophecies, they're putting their lives in danger, saying that Yahweh is going to bring judgment upon this city. The people would rather kill that person than to hear about the judgment coming to that city. This is how dangerous it was to be a prophet. When Samuel went to go prepare to anoint King David, or David as king, the people were afraid that he showed up. Well, why are you here? And what's the reason you come? I mean, why are you here? No. He said, well, I come in peace. Now, why does the prophet have to announce that he's come in peace? Nowadays, if somebody get ready for a prophecy, first of all, you probably got to pay $1,000 or $2,000 to come down to the front to get that prophecy. First of all, if you ain't got enough money, you don't get no prophecy. All right? So you need money to get the prophecy. And the job is willy-nilly. Nobody worries at all about the prophecy they're going to receive. And each one of those individuals who pay their $1,000 or $2,000, whatever the seed offering is, not one of them have ever received a bad prophecy. And in this, you know, Yahweh has absolutely nothing to do with that. Because if you believe that he's going to give everybody a good prophecy because they paid for it, you really don't know Yahweh at all. So let's start at Leviticus 23 so that we first understand what this is. So we're going to start at Leviticus 23 and verse 23.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall you have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation.
So unlike other new moons, it says, in the 1st day of the month, you shall have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets. So this new moon is a Sabbath. It is a holy convocation. So this one already, this month starts out different from every other month. When Yahweh gets ready to set something apart, he lets you know that he's setting it apart. No other month has this. Go ahead.
You shall do no servile work therein, but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh.
So if the trumpet represents the voice of Yahweh, this is the voice of Yahweh calling you to gather. And one of the things that show respect or disrespect is what you do when you're called. See, this is a different generation where you know, a parent can call a kid and the kid finish what he doing and then say, huh? No, that's not how things worked in times past. You didn't, first of all, you didn't say, huh? And you sure didn't finish what you was doing. No, you stopped what you were doing. An authoritative figure called out for you. You pause what you're doing and acknowledge that. So the first part of showing Yahweh respect is, what do you do when he calls? Go ahead.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Also on the 10th day of the 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and you shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh.
So after we begin this month that doesn't start like any other month, it begins with a Sabbath. Then we have on the 10th day of it, the Day of Atonement, where we fast and afflict our souls. Go ahead.
And you shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before Yahweh your Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that does any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people.
Mm-hmm.
You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and you shall afflict your souls. In the 9th day of the month at evening, from evening unto evening, shall you celebrate your Sabbath.
Now, and this is not a contradiction. If you go to the 9th day at even, that begins the 10th. So we understand that our days begin in darkness, but not 12 o'clock midnight. So understand what's being said right there. So now you have trumpets, you have this Feast of Atonement, and then we still have another feast that is going to happen within this 7th month. So Yahweh is making the point of how important the 7th is. So why do we have Ish walking around with a 9-branch menorah? He is setting what's important. He has multiple things happening on this 7th month. And once this is done, it's it. No more holy days to the beginning of the next year in spring. So why don't we have 2 more holy days after the 7th month? Why don't we have 2 more? Since we somehow got a 9-brancher, we got a 9-brancher. Why don't we have 2 more holy days? But see, we don't want to deal with, what's really happening. That there's something altogether different going on with the powers that be and the people who claim this heritage. Keep reading, brother.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto Yahweh.
So then now you're talking about a 7-day feast of gathering within these tabernacles. All of this is still taking place in the 7th month. Now, understand, our 7th month, as far as the Hebrew calendar, and here's one of ours, and if we go to this 7th month here, of course, now the 7th month on here says September, but this is their 9th month. But we know they added 2 months for Julius and Augustus Caesar. You take away the Caesars, and now Septem, which means 7, actually fits now. Okay? So then we have our Feast of Trumpets beginning on September the 21st at sundown. Then we have the Day of Atonement, September 30th at sundown. So between the ending of September and then the beginning of October, we have this Feast of Tabernacles all going along here. So this is a busy month here, okay? Very busy month. But the real question, are we preparing to be called, or are we just showing up? This is the thing, because if you guys are not paying attention, life and around here is changing very fast. A lot of changes are being made. I just sent out a video that I seen where they were showing that at the last presidency, Trump had pledged Judaism. They got him with the kufi, his little yarmulke on. He going, him and his wife going, putting their prayers in the wall. Now it's starting to make sense. Everything they tell him to do, he do. The whole world is against this invasion. They said, look, man, y'all done killed enough of these people. Stop. They said, no, we getting all the way to that water. And they're mounting up right now. And he's agreeing with everything that they say do. We are not paying attention. They put out, it was Times of Israel that said, the first Jewish president was Trump. This is what, not what we're saying. This is what they're saying. So, and you look at all of the things that are happening right before us. We need to get ready to prepare ourselves to be called while we are out partying and doing things, not understanding that some very big changes are being made. Okay? There's freedom of speech except for speech against certain individuals. That is something that we need to consider. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 35. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein. 7 days you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh. It is a solemn assembly, and you shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of Yahweh, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocation, to offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day, besides the Sabbaths of Yahweh, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your freewill offering, which you give unto Yahweh. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when you have gathered in the fruit of the land, you shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And you shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees and willows of the brook, and you shall rejoice before Yahweh. Yahweh your Elohim 7 days, and you shall keep it a feast unto Yahweh 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. You shall celebrate it in the 7th month.
You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. So then within this, I want to go to Exodus chapter 23 and verse 17 says, 3 times in the year shall all your males appear before Yahweh. You shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread, neither shall fat of the sacrifice remain unto the morning. Verse 17, 3 times in the year. This is one of those 3 times where the males make their appearance. So let's go to Numbers chapter 10. Numbers chapter 10, and let's start that at verse 1.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Make you 2 trumpets of silver, of a whole piece shall you make them, that you may use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camp.
So then he's wanting some official trumpets to be made for the calling of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to you at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
All right. Now, even when we start talking about judgment, there are trumpets. So there are things happening. The earth moves with the sound of the trumpet. So when Yahweh calls, we are supposed to move. Go ahead.
And if they blow but with 1 trumpet, then the princes which are heads of the 1,000 of Israel shall gather themselves unto you. When you blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east part shall go forward. When you blow an alarm the 2nd time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, you shall blow, but you shall not sound an alarm. And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall blow the trumpets.
Now, the trumpets are to be blown by the priest, not just anybody. Go ahead.
And they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generation. And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresses you, then you shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and you shall be remembered before Yahweh your Elohim and you shall be saved from your enemies.
This is when, if you go to war in your land against an enemy that oppresses you. Not if you go to war in a land that you stole and that you oppressing them. That's not what he's talking about. Go ahead.
Excuse me. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your months, you shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings, and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your Elohim.
All right. So then we have an official part of this calling of Yahweh. And like I said, if you go back to what happened at the Mount, you're going to read where the sound of the trumpet sounded long and loud, and they're hearing quakes. And then Yahweh is heard speaking. They didn't want no parts of it. The power of it was too strong. So understanding that, let's go to 1 Samuel. And start this at chapter 2 and verse 1.
And Hannah prayed and said, my heart rejoiceth in Yahweh. Mine horn is exalted in Yahweh. My mouth is enlarged over my enemies, because I rejoice in your salvation. There is none holy as Yahweh, for there is none besides you, neither is there any rock like our Elohim. Talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for Yahweh is an Elohim of knowledge, and by him action are weighed. The bows of the mighty man are broken, and they that stumble are girded with strength.
Now, understand now, she's feeling exceptionally good because of some things that have happened to her. She was barren, and she prayed for this child, but Yahweh gives her a child at the time that it suits his job. Now, we are funny. If we go without for a long time, the thing that we get after being without for a while, we covet it. So she has been without a child. She gets the child and say, Yahweh, if you give me a child, I give him back to you. Now, wait a minute. This is completely opposite of human nature. If we ain't ate in a while, we ain't getting nobody those beans and weenies. You can believe that right there. Let us have ate for a while. Hey, put the spoon over here you want to. We don't operate like that. So for this situation, she's operating on a different level. I know I've been without, but if you give this to me, I'll give back. Oh, that was pleasing unto Yahweh. That's the part where Yahweh wanted her. Oh, no. All right, give me your first fruit, and I'll give you more fruit. We don't think like that when we're dealing with Yahweh. But what are you doing? See, we want to talk, but are we preparing ourselves to be called? Because when he does call your name, when he does call your number, you better be ready to deal with what he is presenting before you. Because she could have easily said, no, I've been without all this time. I need to have this. And that would have been the only thing she'd had. And we don't know what it would have done. Yahweh got this one for a reason. All right? Matter of fact, back up in chapter 1. 1 Samuel chapter 1. Started at verse 1.
Now there was a certain man of Ramathaim,
Yeah, you did what you could do, brother.
of Mount Ephraim, and his name was Elkanah, the son of Yeraham, the son of Elihu, the son of Tuhu, the son of Zeph, and Ephraite. And he had two wives. The name of the one was Hannah, and the name of the other Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children.
So we already have an issue. So the man has two spouses. One of them have children. The other one does not. Go ahead.
And this man went up out of his city yearly to worship and to sacrifice unto Yahweh of hosts in Shiloh. And the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, the priests of Yahweh, were there. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Phinehas, his wife, and to all her sons and her daughters portions. But unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion.
He gave a worthy portion. Go ahead.
For he loved Hannah, but Yahweh had shut up her womb.
He knew the difference in dealing because of what she didn't have. Go ahead.
And her adversary also provoked her sore, for to make her fret, because Yahweh had shut up her womb.
Now, we would look at this and say, you know what? This is the problems within a multiple marriage. That now one woman is jousting the other. She's making her feel some kind of way. Yahweh using everything. Because all of this is going to get her to the point where she going to say some things out of her mouth that Yahweh want her to say anyway. So even when people think that they are pouncing on you, they just moving you to the place where Yahweh actually wants you to be anyway. We talk about following the Spirit. We don't think that the Spirit can move like this. We limit the Spirit. Go ahead.
And as he did so year by year, when she went up to the house of Yahweh, so she provoked her. Therefore she wept and did not eat.
All right, so now she's fasting. All right, go ahead.
Then said Elkanah, her husband, to her, Hannah, why weepest you, and why eatest you not, and why is your heart grieved? Am I not better to you than 10 sons? So Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh, and after they had drunk. Now Eli the priest sat upon a seat by a post of the temple of Yahweh, and she was in bitterness of soul, and prayed unto Yahweh, and wept sore. And she vowed a vow, and said, O Yahweh of hosts, if you will indeed look on the affliction of your handmaid, and remember me, and not forget your handmaid, but will give unto your handmaid a man child, then will I give him unto Yahweh all the days of his life, and there shall no razor come upon his head.
Done deal. That's what he wanted. He used everything. Are you preparing to be called? It's one thing to understand that the trumpet represents the voice of Yahweh, but are you prepared for that trumpet to come to you? Now, all of the provocation, all of that was meant to happen so she could be in her spirit at a certain place. And that certain place so that she can say this right here. Why? Because at the same time, Yahweh got a job that just so happened to be done. And you know what? He need a certain holy individual. Now, why not get an individual who begins with a fast and a Nazarite vow? Why not? And her issue leads her to this point. Now let's go to chapter 3. So this is how Samuel comes about. Because of the affliction that she has gone through. And just as she vowed, if you give him to me, I'll give him back to you all the days of his life. But then she was able to bear again. We don't consider. Now, what if she had already had a child? Do you think she'd say that vow? He was preparing her to be called. But your preparing may not go as smooth as you think a preparation ought to be. Go ahead.
Verse 1.
Yeah.
And the child Samuel ministered unto Yahweh before Eli. And the word of Yahweh was precious in those days. There was no open vision.
Now, the word was precious because Yahweh ain't really feeling Eli. All right? Now, he doesn't use, now Eli is the one who walks up and tells this woman, first he thinks she's drunk. Okay. Then he said, Yahweh grant this woman petition. Because he is still the anointed individual in charge. So here is the part of her prayer, this child. And now the child then is given to Eli. This is where he is being raised. She gets to see her son here now and then. She comes up with joy so she can see her kid. But her kid stays with Eli. Go ahead.
And it came to pass at that time, when Eli was laid down in his place, and his eyes began to wax dim, that he could not see. And the lamp of Elohim went out in the temple of Yahweh, where the ark of Elohim was. And Samuel was laid down to sleep. That Yahweh called Samuel, and he answered, Here am I.
All right. Now, the trumpet is now speaking to the child. But this is the reason why the child was brought forth. He said, I need the one that opened up the matrix. I need that child from Hannah. Go ahead.
And he ran unto Eli and said, Here am I. For you callest me? And he said, I called not. Lie down again. And he went and lay down. And Yahweh called yet again, Samuel. And Samuel arose and went to Eli and said, Here am I. For you did call. And he answered, I called not. My son, lie down again. Now Samuel did not yet know Yahweh, neither was the word of Yahweh yet revealed unto him.
Now, understand now, in the beginning, further up, it says the word of Yahweh was precious. What happened? Yahweh stopped talking. He said, y'all ain't moving right. I'm not doing all this visions and no. He slowed all that down. So it's precious now. So now, as this is happening, Samuel has never encountered anything like this. Go ahead.
And Yahweh called Samuel again the third time, and he arose and went to Eli and said, Here am I, for you did call me. And Eli perceived that Yahweh had called the child.
Eli now understands what's happening. But wait a minute. Eli is the head priest. He's not calling the head priest. He's calling the kid. Go ahead.
Therefore Eli said unto Samuel, Go, lie down, and it shall be, if he call you, that you shall say, Speak, Yahweh, for your servant heareth. So Samuel went and lay down in his place. And Yahweh came and stood and called as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel answered, Speak, for your servant heareth.
Now, understand something. If we're just going to be guided by the Holy Spirit, there has to be some instruction on our guidance. How you gonna follow it? Now, Yahweh is calling. He still don't know how to answer. The priest who's being rejected has the information to show him how to answer the call. You can't just answer any old kind of way. And look at the time that Yahweh takes in the calling. Oh, he take his time. Yahweh could have showed up one time, called, let's get this going. Such and such, bam. No. Yahweh taking his time. No. You're going to learn. Call him again. Call him again. He let you go back and forth. These are things that happen in our lives. You know, when we get a calling, we want that calling to be complete in one sitting. We want to get a call because we said, look, I got call waiting. If Yahweh call, I'm just going to click over. Look, let me get the call. Let me answer. Let me get everything I need to do. So I'm going to make one trip. Wait a minute. Yahweh didn't make one trip. We want to make it real easy for us. That's not how this is happening. He's having to learn to hear the voice of Yahweh. He thinks it's Eli. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And Yahweh said to Samuel, Behold, I will do a thing in Israel, at which both the ears of every one that heareth it shall tingle. In that day I will perform against Eli all things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I begin, I will also make an end.
Now, here's the Spirit moving now. Now, here is a man that he loves. He loves Eli. Eli is raising him. He now is about to get a prophecy that does not go well against somebody that he loves. This is one of the best things that Yahweh can do for you if you are going to work for him. He took care of these feelings right off the rip. Samuel ain't had no more problem. You ain't never going to read a problem with Samuel. Yahweh took care of them feelings right off the rip. You mean tell me your mama and your daddy didn't even raise you? The priest did. And I'm going to make you speak against him. Oh, Yahweh take care of this business right here. You're not going to have no more problem with Samuel. Oh, you coming with feelings with him? You better take your feelings and go somewhere else. Samuel had to deal with the one who raised him. Now, you better play with somebody else. They never find an issue with Samuel all throughout his life. Yahweh take care of that business as a child. We're talking day one before you start working. I'm going to tell you something. Go ahead.
For I have told him that I will judge his house forever for the lawlessness which he knoweth.
Which he knoweth. Go ahead.
Because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not.
He's saying point blank, you didn't discipline your children. We don't think that's something that could get us cut off. We don't think that's something that can get us cut off. He didn't discipline his kids, and that got him cut off. Go ahead.
And therefore I have sworn unto the house of Eli that the lawlessness of Eli's house shall not be purged with sacrifice nor offering forever. And Samuel lay until the morning and opened the doors of the house of Yahweh. And Samuel feared to show Eli the vision. Then Eli called Samuel and said, Samuel, my son. And he answered, Here am I. And he said, What is the thing that Yahweh has said unto you? I pray you, hide it not from me.
Now, he knows Samuel didn't come to him no more. He got all those calls, but after he told him what to do, he ain't come back. Go ahead.
Elohim do so to you, and more also, if you hide anything from me of all the things that he said unto you. And Samuel told him every whit, and hid nothing from him.
He told him everything and hid nothing. All the parts that hurt his feelings, he told, look, he gonna do this to you. He gonna do this to your kid. He gonna do this to your other kid. He gonna do this to your offspring. He gonna do this to the lineage of your seed. Oh no, this a man about his business. And he at day one of his job. Go ahead.
And he said, It is Yahweh, let him do what seemed him good. And Samuel grew, and Yahweh was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground.
Now, you have to understand what this statement means. And Samuel grew, and Yahweh was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground. That means Samuel could say something that he probably was not educated about. Yahweh will make it go the way Samuel said it. Everybody said, that ain't going to happen. Wait a minute, how did he even happen? Because he said it. He was born for a purpose. He's got a different kind of spirit dealing with him. Go ahead.
And all Israel from Dan even to Beersheba knew that Samuel was established to be a prophet of Yahweh. And Yahweh appeared again in Shiloh, for Yahweh revealed himself to Samuel in Shiloh by the word of Yahweh.
All right, so then you have two callings here. You have the calling of his mother, and then the calling of him. So there's one thing to be able to hear the shofar. It's one thing to be able to hear the trumpet. But we have to deal with when we are called. You know, they have all of these songs, you know, I'm waiting to hear my name. All right, but you need to figure out who's going to call it. And then what is he going to call for us to do? These people are making life-altering changes. Somehow we believe that when we get called, we just feel better, we're richer, our house got bigger, our car got better. but we ain't changed nothing that we got to do. You mean you ain't got to do no work? So he called you, but everything is still the same. What's the purpose of calling you? If you just, so does he call you and just said, man, you're doing good? That's it? You mean Jimmy, he called you for that? He didn't call you to give you a charge. And if he gives you a charge, if you think you're going to be happy every day with the charge that he gave you, then you don't really understand your Elohim. The whole reason it's called work is because it's work. It's actually in the name. He didn't say, you know what, I got to play for you. What? I got to play for you. What do you mean? I want you to go play. And I'm going to pay for you to play. No. It's called a job and work for a reason. So in these callings, these people are gaining things, but they're also losing things too. Mm-hmm. Samuel has to deal with not being raised by his birth parents. And then, right day one, it's not like he has to work and Yahweh strengthens him. And then over time, he has to stand up and say something against his mentor, his spiritual father, if you will, on earth, who's raising him. And then the man still got to raise him after he speaks against him. That is a lot to have to deal with. But we have to wonder, are we cut out for such a calling? Or are we, when we go and keep, our Feast of Trumpets, when we talk about gathering and hearing this call, are we considering that at some point there's going to be a deeper calling for us? And are we going to be ready for that calling? Let's go to Acts chapter 9. Acts chapter 9, and let's start that at verse 1.
And Saul, yet breathing out threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Adonai, went unto the high priest.
Because at this point, he think he right. And y'all know we can do some hellacious things when we think we're right. Now, he's a very educated individual. He's been thoroughly educated in the law. And he does not believe in any of this stuff that, they walk around talking about Yahshua. He don't believe none of that. Go ahead.
And desire of him letters to Damascus to the synagogues, that if he found any of this way, whether they were man or woman, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem.
So he has the right to bring them, to arrest them. So we're talking about Saul is a spiritual bounty hunter, if you will. All right? They don't understand why they didn't want Nandale him. They didn't want him around. When he said he believed, they were like, no, believe over there. Don't believe over him. We don't want you to believe over him. Believe over there. Because we're talking about a bounty hunter, a spiritual bounty hunter. When he say, come on, they tie you and drag you back so that you can answer your charges. Go ahead.
And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined around about him a light from heaven, and he fell to the earth.
Now, understand something. Verse 2, and he desired of him letters to Damascus, to the synagogues, that if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, that he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem. And as he journeyed, wait a minute, he on his way to persecute some more. Mm-hmm. See, sometimes your calling come while you in the midst of doing something else. So he got on his persecution outfit. He's ready to persecute. And here come the call. He ready for something else. This is not what he is gathered for. This is not what he is on his way traveling for. But the call is coming. Go ahead.
And heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecuted you me? And he said, Who are you, Adonai? And the Adonai said, I am Yeshua whom you persecuted. It is hard for you to kick against the pricks.
He says, I am Yeshua whom you persecute. See, if you persecute them, you persecuted me. Somehow we don't really get that. This is that part about understanding when somebody's really walking in the spirit, the things that you do to those people who are walking in that spirit will be counted as if you did it unto Yeshua or Yahweh themselves. Are we ready for that? Go ahead.
And he, trembling and astonished, said, Adonai, what will you have me to do? And the Adonai said unto him, Arise and go into the city, and it shall be told you what you must do. Mm-hmm. And the man which journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no man. And Saul arose from the earth. And when his eyes were open, he saw no man, but they led him by the hand and brought him into Damascus.
Now, he is on his way to persecute any that he find walking in the word. Now, he himself is now without sight. You know, he's very vulnerable now. Mm-hmm. He is exceptionally vulnerable. Some of us wouldn't even kept going to the man. I can't see. You know what? Just turn around. Y'all walk me back. Walk me back to the house. Take me back to the house. I ain't trying to go to Damascus. You know, I don't want to go to Damascus no more. Because I had my sight when I started this trip. I ain't trying to go to this city trying to persecute somebody, and now they all know me. Go ahead.
And he was 3 days without sight,
and
neither did eat nor drink. And there was a certain disciple at Damascus named Ananias, and to him said the Adonai in a vision, Ananias. And he said, Behold, I am here, Adonai.
Now wait a minute. Now, for one calling, now other people are being called associated with this calling. See, somehow when we get called, we don't want to get called. Somehow Yahweh ain't got but one number. He don't call but one line. But when we start looking in here, there's some different things that's happened. So Hannah just didn't get called. Samuel gets a call. Eli gets spoken to. Wait a minute. There's a lot going on. Somehow, when we get called, we don't want phone ringing. That's quite peculiar. Go ahead.
And the Adonai said unto him, Arise and go into the street which is called Straight, and inquire in the house of Yehudas for one called Saul of Tarsus. For, behold, he prayed, and had seen in a vision a man named Ananias coming in, and putting his hand on him that he might receive his sight.
Wait a minute. Yahweh said, look, he done seen in the vision you putting your hand on him. No, I want to put hands on him. But it ain't where he ain't going to receive no sight. I want to knock him out of sight. Come on, let me hit him. Wait a minute. What if Yahweh, when you get your call, that he says, hey, you remember your buddy y'all used to hang out with? Yeah, I remember buddy. Yeah, he got killed. Yeah. The dude who killed him, I'm finna bring him over to your house, and I want you to anoint him. I said what? The dude, the same dude, him? Wait a minute, we ready for the call? Because see, in our version of the call, everything goes the way we want it to go. There's nothing that we have to deal with. There's nothing that makes us have to change anything in our heart when we get called. Interesting. Go ahead.
Then Ananias answered, Adonai, I have heard by many of this man how much evil he has done to
he got a rep, Yahweh. He got the juice. Go ahead.
And here he has authority from the chief priest to bind all that call on your name.
Right. Now check this out. So he has authority from the chief priest. If they even say your name, he can tie them up. What Yeshua said? Put him on my team. No, you don't understand. No, when he hear your name, he tired of people up. Y'all, yeah, we want him. We want to draft him. What? This the dude you want? Okay, go ahead.
But the Adonai said unto him, Go your way.
Go your way. Follow your instructions. Follow the instructions. Now, this is now difficult for this man. Because he believes the spirit must be making a mistake right here. So he first believes that maybe he can convince the spirit. Let me tell you what all he done done. Now, when you get your calling, who all might be standing by Yahweh and Yahshua, do you know what he has done? Oh, wait a minute. So when you get your call, who all might be there reminding him of everything you've done and trying to convince the spirit, don't make that call. The spirit says, I'm calling. Don't dial it. Who all going to be standing there? Okay. Keep reading.
For he is a chosen vessel unto me.
He is a chosen vessel. I don't care what all he done. I got a job for him. Go ahead.
To bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake.
So look, you don't worry about trying to pay him back for what he's done. The job that he's been called to do has suffering in it. But the first time we want to suffer, first time we see suffering, I don't think I'll be able to do this job no more. I can't, it's hot out here. If you want all these damn sandals, all this, these rocks, ain't nobody paved. The road to Jerusalem ain't even paved. We walk on this slow donkey. Look at that donkey. You ain't got no full-fledged horses, chariots, nothing. Wait a minute. The suffering that's in the job is how he working off his evil deeds. Are we preparing to be called? Or do we say, I'm going to ignore that call. That look like Yahshua call. I ain't taking that one. Wait a minute. If he don't take this call, he out of here. If he don't take this call, if he says, look, I appreciate, what you showed me was nice. I appreciate the whole thing. But this job here, I can't, this don't really suit me. I'm not trying to get, you saying great suffering? No, I'm not. I'm into persecution. All right, that's on the other side of trouble. So yeah, that side where you talking about me receiving it? No, I'm not on that team. Then they're gonna have to answer for all those things that he's done. And he ain't gonna make it. Yahweh put your redemption within the very thing that he called you to do. We're looking for all these other things. Your redemption is in the calling. Go ahead.
And Ananias went his way and entered into the house, and putting his hands on him said, Brother Saul.
Brother Saul. You know how hard it probably was for him to say Brother Saul? Brother Saul. Brother. This probably hurt right now. Okay. But he's still doing the job. Go ahead.
The Adonai, even Yeshua, that appear unto you in the way as you came, has sent me, that you might receive your sight and be filled with the Holy Spirit. And immediately there fell from his eyes as it had been scales, and he received sight forthwith, and arose and was baptized. And when he had received meat.
Now, immediately there fell from his eyes as it had been scales, and he received his sight forthwith, arose and was baptized. He wasn't playing no game. Say what you want to say about him. Yeah, he did all this dirt in his past. He got all that evil in his rearview mirror. Yes, he does. As soon as he got the call, he said, where the water at? As soon as he got the call, where the water at though? Because I remember while I was choking one of y'all and y'all was talking about baptism. Where the water at? Okay. But see, we imagine what type of individuals Yahweh is going to call. We forget, Moshe murdered a man. This was a chosen vessel unto Yahweh. And it ain't about whether or not we believe Yahweh would choose somebody else. We deem our own selves unworthy of the calling. We do that more than anybody else do that to us. We do that to us. But we have to make sure that we are watching and not believing everything that comes by speaking. Let's go to 1 John chapter 4. First John chapter 4, start at verse 1.
Beloved, believe not every spirit.
Wait a minute. See, a lot of times you hear people saying that, they're following the Spirit. Which one? Which one you following? Because Lucifer know how to talk too. Lucifer know the word too. His angels know the word too. Go ahead.
But try the spirit, whether they are of Elohim.
My elder used to say it all the time. Try the spirit by the spirit. The word is the spirit. Try the spirit of what's coming out of somebody's mouth based on the spirit that's written in this book. See if they align. Try the spirit by the spirit. Go ahead.
Because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Hereby know you the spirit of Elohim. Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua HaMashiach is come in the flesh is of Elohim. And every spirit that confesses not that Yeshua HaMashiach is come in the flesh is not of Elohim. And this is that spirit of Antichrist. Whereof you have heard that it shall come. And even now already is it in the world.
There are a lot of people that are Antichrist accidentally. They're not trying to be Antichrist. They're just either following what somebody else has given them or following the dictates of the flesh. That's not what they're trying to do. Go ahead.
You are of Elohim, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of Elohim. He that knoweth Elohim heareth us. He that is not of Elohim hear not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
Wait a minute. There's a spirit of truth and a spirit of error. If the spirit of error guides, do you still say, I'm being led of the spirit? Yeah, but it's the spirit of error. You being led by the spirit of error. And we will still say, and it's funny, you ever notice we give the short version, being led by the spirit. That's the short version. Give me the long version. The spirit of. So whenever sometimes I'm being led by the spirit of. Your next word of. Let's find out what's leading you. Because there's a spirit of truth, there's a spirit of error, there's a spirit of deception. What spirit are you being led by? And if you haven't tried the spirit by the spirit, how do you know what spirit that is? Because a deceptive spirit don't care who it lie to. That's what it does. Why would it care if it misleads you? Let's go to Job chapter 1. And I think our biggest issue is not believing that there are deceiving spirits. I think our biggest problem is believing that we can be deceived by a spirit. The arrogance of us to believe that, I can't entertain an unclean spirit. We are so arrogant that we believe that it couldn't happen to us. And that arrogance, a lot of times, is what leads us unprotected, going right into something without even considering the consequences, because we believe it ain't going to happen to us. Job chapter 1, and start that at verse 13.
And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. Mm-hmm. And the Sabaeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell you.
Now, this is the judgment, really a test coming upon Job. But other people are going to get their judgment in his calling. All these people are going to get dealt with. But it looked like Job is the one being dealt with. Have to be careful how things appear. It appeared that he's about to be done off by Elohim. Yet, everybody who speaks wrong to him, as it appears he's being destroyed, gets dealt with. But it looked like he getting dealt with. This is what encourages us to go ahead and open our mouth. Yeah, that's what you get. Okay. This encourages us. And then Yahweh will allow some things to happen so it really looked like, boy, they about to get it. Keep reading.
While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of Elohim is fallen from heaven.
Wait a minute, done deal. Come on, now they just know it's Yahweh, that the fire from heaven. This is Lucifer. Lucifer was given the right to come and touch certain things of Job. But wait a minute, this looked like Yahweh doing it. Now, when you're calling out which spirits are responsible, Yahweh about to get the credit for something that he's not wielding. But they said it was fire and it came from the sky. It have to come from Yahweh if it came from... Because if we figure, well, if it was devil, the fire would have came out the ground. Because hell bound there. See, so the end of the fire, you shoot up, and then that's the devil. But if the fire come down, see, that's God. Okay. Go ahead.
And has burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them. And I only am escaped alone to tell you.
Now, as the adversary is pulling these things together, verse 15 says, and the Sabaeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword. Did them people even have an issue before? Or they just said, you know what, man, I don't like them over there. I just don't like Job now. You know what, man, let's go over there. Take all this stuff, man, set on fire. What spirit got into them to make them go over there and start assaulting his family? And did they feel justified? Whatever spirit led them, did they feel like, I'm doing what I really feel like I should be doing because I feel it, then it must be right? It must be right because I feel it. Where did this altercation come from? How did these people just come out of nowhere and say, we are going to do all of these things? Some spirit led them to do it. They got a call. Go ahead.
Verse 17. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out three bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away. Yea, and slay the servants with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped alone to tell you.
Now, I want to go to something else. Let's go to John chapter 3, because the whole part of the fire of Elohim is what gives us a convincing part. You know, this is one of the things that I said, okay, we really need to start, as my elder would always say, you need to start getting your bonus ready. Because it's going to get to a point where it is going to be a real gray area in, was that the spirit or a spirit? That line is going to get smaller and smaller and grayer to the point where you can't figure out which side was this on. John chapter 3, and start this at verse 1.
There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Yeshua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from Elohim, for no man can do these miracles that you has done, that you does, except Elohim be with
now,
him.
The only way you can do these miracles is if Elohim be with you. We've never seen anything like this before. All right, so we get a opportunity early. But guess what? As we start getting further and further in this book, and further in the redemption plan for the children of Israel, somebody else going to start doing miracles. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. The very thing that Yahweh sent Moshe in there to do, he said, all right, throw the staff on the ground, it's going to turn into a serpent. Grab it by the tail, pull it back up, it's going to turn back to a staff again. What happened? Eventually, the Egyptian magicians found a way to mimic some of those things so that they can create a miracle, if you will. At least it looked like one. And if it looked like one, that's all they got to do is look like one. And we have to understand that we have technology now. The demonic have technology on their sides that allow them to do things that we are not aware of. By the time we find out what something can do, that's the old version. They had the iPhone 16 when they had the iPhone 2. But wasn't no way to get no money if they jumped from 2 to 16. So you got to you got to push them out a little bit, let them buy that one. Let that go 2 years, now they going on to that one over there. But let it go another year, oh no, now I got to turn that one in, I got to get this one. Now you realize how much money they've made you by rationing out the technology. Well, that technology will end up also being shown as miracles. Just think about in one generation. Back up one generation and try to explain to your grandmother as a child how you playing a video on your phone.
Is there a TV in your hand?
Now this phone, Grandma.
But I see the TV.
Grandma, this phone.
And it's talking.
Yeah, because it's phone, but I talk to people.
You can talk. It's a man's in there. It's a little man's in there.
Wait a minute. It look like a miracle. This is a miracle to her. Now that's technology. And if they hold enough of it and don't show it to you, if they push it all at one time, you're going to most definitely think that is a miracle. And it is their technology. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Yeshua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of Elohim.
Wait a minute. Be born again. Go ahead.
Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born where he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? Yeshua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of Elohim. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit.
All right. Say what you want to say about Saul in his past. As soon as he received his calling, he got in the water. Mm-hmm. As soon as, and some of us, after we have talked about somebody bad, it's hard for us to, humble ourselves. You know what? I was wrong. Can I join y'all? That's harder for us. We're just, I'm just going to go across the street and talk about them. No, man, you realize you was wrong. Humble yourself and go and ask them, can you join? Now, we got too much pride for that. All right, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12. First Corinthians chapter 12, started at verse 1.
Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I will not have you ignorant. You know that you were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led. Wherefore I give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of Elohim calleth Yeshua accursed, and that no man can say that Yeshua is the Adonai, but by the Holy Spirit.
All right. It says, you were carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led. What spirit was leading them into that era? See, this is that part where you feel something and you just be like, I feel it so strong, it's got to be real. Now, when you done felt something like that before, then it makes it a little bit more difficult for them spirits to trick you. Because when I was young, it was when everybody, it was a big thing to put all the Christmas lights on the tree out there in the yard. And so we would drive around to these houses and look at the houses decorated with the light. And I'm trying to tell you, I used to feel it. I feel it in there. Mama, go by that other one. Oh, I feel it. Then you get further down and you realize, what was that I was feeling? Because that wasn't real. But it felt real when I felt it. It felt real when I drove by the house. They had the lit up Santa Claus on the roof, everything. Had the little reindeer. I felt it. But then once I got educated, I went back and I realized something. Wow, I don't feel what I was feeling. Now, what happened? Education. Now, was I creating that own feeling inside myself and then felt the feeling that I created and thought that somebody put it there? Hey, this thing is powerful. Mm-hmm. We don't know the limitations of this. This thing can do amazing things. This thing can make you believe something happened. You can go to sleep, believe that you're running, and wake up sweating. You ain't went nowhere. You ain't went nowhere. You out of breath. You sweat. You ain't went nowhere. But this thing is powerful. The brain. All Yahweh had to do to limit us is he took away some brain power. That's it. Everything that we're looking for, we already have it. He just took away access to it. That's it. Once he gives us access to what we actually got in our head, we're going to understand just how wonderful of an Elohim he really is. We keep thinking that we got to go get something. You already got it. What you're trying to do is figure out how to unlock it. We're searching for things that we already have. Ain't nothing like realizing that you done been searching and scouring the earth. Go home and sit in the chair and realize, I'll be damned. It's right there. I don't want all over. I don't want all over the globe, man.
Look,
I don't went everywhere. I don't even.
and I always been here.
Right. Go ahead.
Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit, and there are difference of administrations, but the same Adonai, and there are diversities of operations, but it is the same Elohim which worketh all in all.
Wait a minute. So that spirit, that same spirit says, wait a minute, this is a body that I need to get some work out of. So the same spirit works in different directions to do different things. Go ahead.
But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit.
Wait a minute. If that spirit is working in that body, it says, all right, I have these gifts that I need to give out. Now, where am I going to sit these gifts? And once those gifts are set, they have to operate in the spirit of the gift that was given unto him. The gift of wisdom can't say, you know what, I just want to heal. I don't do no damn wisdom. I'm so sick of being smart. I'm sick of it. Every time I turn around, I know the answer. I want to heal sometimes. I want somebody to thank me for healing them. I want somebody to thank you for giving them the answers. I want to do that job. Go ahead.
To another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kind of tongues, and to another the interpretation of language.
Right. So you got one being able to speak various languages, another one being able to interpret various languages. So then these are things needed for the body. Go ahead.
But all these worketh that one and the self-same Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will.
Wait a minute. So that's divided amongst the various members for the charge in which they are given as a whole, not an individual charge. The individual charges are given to fit the entire charge of the entire body. Go ahead.
For as the body is one, and has many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body. So
all of these many members are still one body. This is the same thing that causes us a problem in marriages, because we don't understand that we have to move as a unit. We still depending on our individual strengths. So we didn't do good on the three-legged race where you tie one leg together. You don't realize if you don't move as a team, you keep hitting the ground. Some people hit the ground so much they just didn't get up. Let's just stay down here. Let's stay down here. And this is what people do in their relationship. We're just gonna stay down here and yell at each other. We ain't gonna get up. Instead of realizing, hey, let's figure out the system of making this common leg move together. Let's time this. Look, you strong, but I'm fast. Come on, let's build off what we have together and move together. No, I'm just individually fast. I'm gonna run down there and I'll wait for you. Yeah, but we tied together. That's not gonna work. What's gonna happen is you're gonna drag me. I mean, we're going to get down there, but I'm going to be scuffed up. Go ahead.
So also is Mashiach. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body. Whether we are Yehudis or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not the body, is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body?
Well, wait a minute, so now this part said, you know what? I'm tired of seeing. I want to hear sometime. Go ahead.
If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where were the smelling? But now, as Elohim set the members, every one of them in the body, as it has pleased them.
So then, we ended up having a question where question was about, how does Elohim feel about, plastic surgery and altering? You got to understand that, we are appalled at physical plastic surgery. We don't understand that what he's talking about is spiritual plastic surgery.
We'll take the eye and put it where the ear go.
You turning Frankenstein right here. But we will spiritually deal with Frankenstein, but we still get appalled by the physical part of Frankenstein. We get appalled by those changes, which we're not supposed to make, cuttings in our flesh when you get right down to it. And it says, for the dead. But when you get right down to it, what did Yahweh do? Yahweh opened up man, took something out of him and made a woman. Man constantly tries to mimic Yahweh. Now, I'm not telling people if you have to go under the knife to save your life, then you got to do what you got to do. But to go under there because you want your chest to stick out more, hey, that's a hell of a decision, right there. That's something altogether different. When we deal with, there's always a difference between necessity and then something that we just decided to do. And a lot of times down the road, sometimes when people have a lot of issues because that stuff, don't go right. Sometimes we don't know, the expiration on that plastic. They didn't put all of the stuff on there. You don't know how long that's going to, operate. So, that deal with that on your own risk. But Yahweh says he put everything the way that it was supposed to go. Now, here's where that area then gets great. Because you have, the evil have altered certain parts of our DNA with their own frankenfoods, their own medicinal situations, and those things have caused us a problem. So how far do we go to fix some of those issues? And a lot of times we just want a quick fix for those issues. Because, people tell you in a minute, it's like, if you go to the gym and you work out, you can get a six-pack.
They say, look here, for $15,000, I can get a six-pack tomorrow. They'll sew them in. Right there, I have all my bag, I can get a 12-pack. I get a whole case. I ain't never got to do a sit-up.
That's a hell of a decision. It's a hell of a decision. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 19, and if they were all one member, where were the body? But now are they many members, yet but one body.
So then those many members have to find a way to operate together off the same spirit that has divided itself for them to use. Go ahead.
And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of you, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary.
Right. You don't know how powerful a part in your body is until the day it stops working. There's some parts of your body that you can't even explain. You ain't know they're there.
I don't even see. Anybody go around and think about no gallbladder. I ain't never had, no issue with it.
The day you have a problem with it, it is now the most important part of your body. Because it's the one that ain't working. Nothing else. Everything else divert attention from that. Let's figure out what this is that's not working. But then it gets to borrow resources from other parts of the body to help this get back to where it's supposed to be. Go ahead.
And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. For our comely parts have no need, but Elohim has tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to that part which lacked.
Having given more abundant honor to the part that lacked. You always pay more attention to the part that hurt. When that left leg hurt, man, every part of your body know you leaning on this side. Everything starts working together. Sooner or later, first, it's your heel that hurt. Then your calf gets stiff. Then your thigh getting stiff. What's happening? All of those parts came together to help that little part that lacked. That's why they getting sore. They not hurting because the other one hurting. They hurting because they helped the other one. They agree, let's all get together to help that. Go ahead.
That there shall be no schism in the body,
Uh-huh.
but that the members shall have the same care for one another.
Uh-huh.
And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it, or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it.
Uh-huh. If we operated like that, we would be much more like a full body. We have to operate like that in the spirit and in the flesh. Go ahead.
Now you are the body of the Mashiach, and members in particular.
Uh-huh.
And Elohim has set some in the church, first apostle, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healing, helps, government, diversities of tongues.
Now, of tongues. Now, Elohim has set some in the church, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers. After that, miracles. We think miracles come first. We got our order messed up. we got our order messed up. So this is how we won't answer the call, because we got the order messed up. We have placed some things above places where they ought to be. So then those things seem more important. Go ahead.
Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Have all the gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? But covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet shew I unto you a more excellent way.
But covet earnestly the best gifts. The best gifts is the one he gave you. Those are the things that we're supposed to be coveting. But when we start dealing with the whole part of having this spirit call us, understand something. The adversary of the devil ain't just going to make that easy for us. So when he hear Yahweh calling, he going to start calling too. What's the best way to cause confusion? I mean, if ain't nobody talking, he good. But once Yahweh start talking, then he need to start talking too. So now you have competing spirits vying for your attention. Which one is the spirit and which one is a spirit? Let's go to Revelation chapter 13. And start that at verse 11.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he does great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of man.
Wait a minute, didn't Lucifer already do this? Mm-hmm. Then he already do this. He already know this trick. They say he been doing this trick for thousands of years. We think it's a new trick. He just, voila, look at that. You don't even see it. Who brought the fire? I brought the fire. That's who brought the fire. What the fire? Can you find the fire? What the fire? Wait a minute. He been doing this trick. He did that for you. You mean tell me with all this technology we finna fall for old? Man, come on, man. Come on. You ain't finna pull out no old trick and get us, did you? He's like, it's still working. Why change the trick? We ain't figured it out. Go ahead.
And deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Wait a minute. He deceives them that dwell on the earth. Now they believe that they are following the right spirit. They're following what they feel in their heart. And it's leading them away from what Yahweh actually wants them to be dealing with. Go ahead.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they shall make an image of the beast which had the wound by his sword and did live.
And as you keep following that feeling, you're going to find yourself further and further and further from the creator of all things. Go ahead.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed.
Now, we read this kind of stuff and it just seems far-fetched, like it just couldn't happen. Imagine the rulership that we have right now. Come on. Now, you don't think. Tell me that you can say honestly in your heart that you don't believe that this individual would say either worship or die. Come on. Tell me that you believe in your heart that it couldn't happen now. Now, before, we would have said, man, come on now. No. Look at all of the things that are happening right now. We are live watching people be slaughtered and have people tell us it's a war. The people got pots and pans begging for food. The other people have tanks, drones, and missiles. How is that a war? And we just sitting there like it's normal stuff. Them people in a food line. Go ahead.
And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
All right, let's go to Matthew chapter 24, because the Mashiach spoke a whole lot of things. A lot of times people want to say, how much they love the Most High and how much they love Christ. But somehow we don't think that we should have to listen to any of the things that he has brought forth. And I think that's amazing. They say, you know what, I love you, but I ain't got to listen to you. What? It's the very reason households are turned upside down. I love you, but I love, but I don't listen. Mm-hmm. All right. Matthew chapter 24. Start this at verse 15.
When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso read it, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray you that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
Why would Yahshua even be speaking of the Sabbath day? Didn't he nail all this to the cross? Go ahead.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved.
So then it is going to be so tumultuous that he has to cut it short, or everybody is going to be sucked up in this destruction. Go ahead.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
For the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Now, wait, now, consider something. Because if it goes on too long, the elect ain't going to make it either. Go ahead.
Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Mashiach, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Mashiachs.
There shall be false Christ, false Messiahs. There shall be false anointed ones. And we love I'm anointed child. We love to say that. He is anointed. That's an anointed man. Right? They're going to be false of those. Will we be able to pick out the one that Lucifer anointed and the one that Yahweh anointed? They might not look how you think they're supposed to look. Because some people still waiting on the white dude with the perm. And then the black people just waiting on the black dude with the perm. So they getting their Messiah, and we getting some dude look like Superfly, a pimp in a Cadillac. Come, my children. Right. Okay, go ahead.
And false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Wait a minute. It is going to be so strong that even the very elect shall be deceived. Wait a minute. And we have no problem talking about how we follow in the Spirit. Wait a minute. It is going to be so confusing that the very elect are almost going to be deceived. That close. So, where do we fall in this picture? Are we the General Assembly? Are we the elect? Are we the very elect? Where are we? Go ahead.
Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For whosoever the carcass is, there will be the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken.
Now, you can honestly just look at the things that are happening in the land of Israel and tell that they don't believe in any of this. Any of it. Go ahead.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Yeah, but they still think that they got enough weapons, and they think they're going to use drones, and missiles, and they're going to kill the Son of Elohim. This is what they think. Go ahead.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Even in the ending of things, the trumpet causes the children of Israel to move. If you don't move when the trumpet blows, whose child are you? Go ahead.
Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is near. So likewise you, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angel of heaven, but my Father only.
Right,
But,
because you know how we operate and how we play the game. We are going to do nothing the entire time. Wait, if we know what time Yahshua coming, we gonna be the busiest dudes 2 minutes before Yahshua show. Yahshua, we've been toiling. We've been waiting on you. We think he can't see past those clouds. Go ahead.
but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Adonai do come.
Now, we all believe that we got time. You know, I was sitting down meditating about, you know, all of the events that happened when I, you know, got sick, and just thinking, you know, how different would my family be if I didn't make it past that point? We all just think that we got all of this time. What if that was the ending of my time? All the things I hadn't done wasn't going to get done. So a lot of the things that we putting off, a lot of the treasures that we supposed to be stored up, we spending our time arguing over mess. But when that clock run out, it's over. Ain't no extra credit. You know what? Let me go back and do. No. When your time run out, it's out. And when I thought about it, it really bothered me. I looked at my house at one point. I said, all those things, you know, you always say, you know, one day I'm going to fix this. I looked at all the stuff that was broken in my house. I said, damn, I would have left my kids. And, you know, when you turn the faucet, stomp 3 times and wiggle with it, and it'll come out. That ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. But because we think we got time, we keep pushing things back. Go ahead.
But notice that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief will come, he will have watched and will not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be you also ready, for in such an hour as you think not the Son of Man cometh.
And when he comes, he's going to hold us accountable for those things that he gave us. Hey, what are those talents I gave you? Huh? No, that stuff I gave you. Now I gave you, no. It's time to do accounting now. I need to see your numbers. I need to see what you've done with that, what I left. Well, I didn't, see, I worked on some other stuff. I didn't want to work on your stuff. Because I had some other stuff. Oh, so that mean you got nothing, right? There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So you're not going to count the other stuff? No, I didn't give you this stuff. I gave you this. This stuff is extra credit if you do this. I didn't give you that. I gave you this. So you can't put this down and do that. No. You do that and do this, now you got extra credit. You do that and don't do this, you get no credit. Go ahead.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his master has made ruler over his house, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant, whom his master, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
What will he find you doing when he show up? Will it be the thing that he told you to do? is a $1 million question. We said, well, I was working. All right, well, what were you working on? Well, it was workish. Was it what he gave you to do? Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods.
Wait a minute. Everything that we doing may just be an audition for a whole nother job. He said, when you do that which he has commanded, wait a minute. Now he make you a governor over his house. Go ahead.
But, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my master delayed his coming.
Now, we're not going to say that. We're going to do that. Go ahead.
And shall begin to smite his fellow servant, and to eat and drink with the drunken.
Those are friends. They not drunken. Don't call them that. It's just Pookie and Ray Ray now.
Go ahead.
The master of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him.
So you're going to be knee deep in the party. I mean, you're going to be deep in shindiggerous fun when he showeth. Go ahead.
And in an hour that he is not aware of.
Uh-huh.
And shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites.
Why hypocrite? Why hypocrite? Go ahead.
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Let's read one more thing. Let's go to Revelation chapter 16.
16.
Started at verse 1.
And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seventh angel.
How many?
7. Not 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe, you know what? They gotta count it. They count it like they do on Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 golden candlesticks. It ain't 9. It ain't 8. Okay. Go ahead.
Go your ways, and pour out the vial of the wrath of Elohim upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image.
All right, jump to verse 12.
And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
Uh-huh.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet.
Uh-huh.
For they are the spirit of devils.
Wait a minute. Spirits of devils. Spirits of devils. Go ahead.
Working miracles.
Wait a minute. Spirits of devils working miracles. So if you ain't got your bonus ready, they gonna convince you that they right. Go ahead.
Which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of Elohim Almighty.
Wait a minute. It is convincing them to go to war so that they can become a sacrifice to cleanse the earth. And an unclean spirit is leading them to the destruction. Yet we have no problem talking about how we follow the Spirit. And we follow the Spirit is amazing. When we follow the Spirit, somehow we don't follow nothing else. We ain't kept no Sabbath. We ain't kept no holy days. We ain't got no baptism. We ain't made no offerings. We ain't did nothing, but we still following the Spirit. But we ain't did nothing that pleases the Spirit, but we claim we following it. So which one gonna call your name? Interesting. Go ahead.
Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keep his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And he gathered them together into a place called, in the Hebrew tongue, Armageddon.
All right, and the spirits are gonna make sure that everybody's present for this unpleasant gathering. They're gonna make sure that they are present to come and shed blood, because blood makes atonement. Okay, and whenever the earth has been defiled, it takes the blood of the individuals who defiled it to cleanse it. They are gathering together, believing for destruction, but they're gathering to be destroyed, so that their blood can be shed and the earth can be cleansed. And then we're talking about having the earth return back to its original design. He ain't got to send us to heaven. He already gave us a heaven. We just tore it up. Well, he gonna make the same people that tore it up clean it up. That's all that we're gonna do for tonight. Let's rise and face the east so we can leave out with a prayer. Abba Father, Most High Covenant Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, we thank you, Abba Father, for allowing us an opportunity to read out of the legacy that you have left unto us. We pray, Abba Father, that you would continually cause our knowledge and understanding to grow, but also cause our desire to walk in that understanding to grow as well. For having knowledge is one thing, but having the desire to walk in it is something altogether different. We pray, Abba Father, that you would keep a hedge of protection round about us, our personal houses, and even our spiritual house. For we know, Abba Father, that the adversary, the devil walks as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may destroy. And he knows that we attempt to please you. He also knows that we are but fleshly beings, and he knows that we're going to make mistakes. And he seeks to destroy us in those mistakes and those bad deals that we make. We pray, Abba Father, that you let it not be so. That even if we fall, that you would help pick us back up and put us back on that path, that we may be able to see Yahshua eye to eye when he comes to set forth a righteous governmental system here on earth. We ask these prayers not only for those that gather with us physically, but even those that gather by way of internet, those that gather out of a pure heart to serve you in truth and in spirit. In Yahshua HaMashiach's holy and divine name we pray. Amen and hallelujah.